Gears of War E-Day. Can the Coalition do it right? Probably not, man. Fuck this shit. I don't even know how I'm fucking doing this bullshit, bro. Honestly, some motherfucking bullshit. I mean, let's be honest. The Coalition has done 3 games in the Gears of War franchise. They did Gears Tactics, Gears 4, and Gears of War 5. And if we're talking about Gears of War here, and we're talking about, whether or not they can do, Gears E-Day properly, let's kind of go back and think about the past games, right? Gears 4, Marcus only gave a fuck about his tomatoes.
There's a dropship! Shit, they're gonna mess up my fucking tomatoes!
Okay? That's really the only thing that I can remember from that game. It wasn't groundbreaking. It wasn't even close to one of the best Gears of War games that there was. Okay? And then when we think about Gears 5, these motherfuckers, they couldn't even give it the full name. It wasn't even Gears of War 5. It was just Gears 5. That was so lazy and obnoxious. They couldn't even give it a proper title. They had to drop half of the name and just put a number in front of Gears. That's all that was. And then the fact that Kat, I think that was her name, is a descendant of the Locust Queen. And seeing as we have never even gotten a sequel to that game, right? The developers already knew in their brain. They're like, wow, well, this game fucking sucked. Why would we continue and make a sequel to Gears 5 when Gears 5 alone was just complete ass, right? And then there's Gears Judgment, right? Which is developed by People Can Fly. But you know what? I'm going to put them in the crossfire right now because they got a little bit of their hands in the pot for Gears E-Day since they're helping out the Coalition. Okay? Gears Judgment, not a very good game. I mean, it definitely isn't the best Gears of War game, as well as 4 and 5, or how those are not the best Gears of War games. Neither is Gears Judgment. And so I kind of in my brain am trying to wrap my head around and how the Coalition decided, People Can Fly did a sequel and it failed. It failed awfully. Why not create a prequel of our own? And when we do our prequel, let's bring back one of the most memorable characters, Dom, right? Because Gears 3 ended the whole Gears franchise story, in my opinion. Okay? And when Gears 3 ended, it ended on the note that it should have. Okay? It ended perfectly. It is the way that a trilogy should have ended. Okay? And now we have the Coalition bringing back a character from the dead because they don't know which way to go. They don't know if they're going up, down, left, right, whichever. Okay? Because they're like, we got to make money somehow. We have to bring Gears of War back from the dead. And how else are we going to do that? Well, we had a meeting, okay? And all the devs decided to get together and say, hey, let's bring fucking Dominic Santiago back, okay? Because we know that he's a beloved character. And the fact that he got killed off to begin with, it really upset the fans. Let's just bring him back in a prequel. And people are going to forget all about it. No one's going to forget about that. I'm not going to forget that they killed off Gears. That they killed off Dom. And, they killed off Gears as well. Once Gears 3 ended, Gears died. Okay? And there's no coming back from this. Okay? I don't care how you look at it. I don't think they can come back from this at all. I am a big Gears of War fan, and I love to see it. I love to see that they are bringing this game to the table. Okay? But if they're going to do it, they're going to have to do it properly. And if they do it properly, then and only then can this game be revived. Okay? And what I mean by that, microtransactions, get rid of it. Nobody wants microtransactions. Nobody wants to see that in their games. If you're not a free-to-play game, no one gives a crap about microtransactions. Okay? I don't care about weapon skins and new character packs and shit like that. I don't need to pay $19.99 for some character skins or to make my weapon look inflamed. Okay? I think that when you do shit like that, it ruins the game. Okay? It ruins the game. Call of Duty can be a prime example of this. When you see fucking characters like Snoop Dogg and 21 Savage and Nicki Minaj and the fucking Ninja Turtles running around in the game, that's when you know that it's too far gone. Okay? Now granted, we ain't never seen no shit like that in Gears of War. However, they did have Dave Bautista play Marcus Phoenix, and they revamped the whole cutscene so that it will show him as the character in the game. But that was one aspect, and we're not going to speak too much on that because we know why it was done. But that's one thing. Nobody gives a fuck about microtransactions. Kill it off. Okay? Redo Horde mode. Give us the best Horde we've ever had. Okay? Because Horde mode was such a great introduction to the franchise. I think that if they redo Horde and give us like because I can't remember if it was Horde 2.0 and I think it was Horde 2.0 and Gears 3. Give us a Horde 3.0 or whatever 0.0 we're on now and just revamp, just take the system of Horde that was so great, bring it back and do it so much better. People will appreciate that. But that's one of the things that you have to put in the game and that you have to give us and do such a fantastic job on is Horde mode, because players absolutely love Horde. Okay? Multiplayer. When it comes to the multiplayer, we're big on this shit. Okay? Give us the maps that we want. Okay? Don't just keep giving us all these new maps, but while new maps are great, we want to see a lot of the old maps. We want to see Mausoleum. We want to see Tyro Station. You know, we want to see what else? Fuel Depot again. We want to see all these great maps return because these are some of the maps that have given us the best memories in Gears of War. Okay? And then just your standard game modes. We like Team Deathmatch. We love Execution. We love the Capture the Leader. I forget what it was called in the game. But where you play as like the leader and then you have to capture the leader and then you get points or whatever. Annex was a good game mode. Bring Annex back. That was great. But you have to give us something and pair that all up with a great storyline and really show us how, and because this is Gears E-Day, so you're telling us that this is what happened beforehand. This is what happened leading up to Gears of War 1, right? You need to make us feel it. You need to give us a reason to come back. And while the trailer for the game was extremely awesome, I loved it. But once they start showing gameplay footage, I need to see that cover system that we knew and love. Okay, I need to see some of these old weapons that we knew and love, and then show us like that raw fucking co-op gameplay. Okay, if Dominic is coming back, you need to show us that raw co-op gameplay with Marcus and Dom, and you know, maybe bring back that split screen feature, as well as, you know, the online co-op and stuff like that, because players are going to really love playing this game in co-op. But you have to do it in a way that the fans remember. So like, you know, we don't want, like, yeah, we want new things, but at the same time we want old things to be remade better. So make a better co-op experience. Make a better collecting experience when you're picking up COG tags and stuff like that. All right, make the collectibles much more engaging and things like that. This is what we want. This is what we truly want in the game. This is what we want to see. Like, you don't just take a game and then you just, you know, break it and you're like, hey, that formula, no one cared about that formula. When in fact, we actually did care about that formula. We liked the original formula. We liked Gears 1's formula. Okay? It was great. But it's like, as time went on, you made it to Gears 4, that formula just kind of dissipated, and you're just like, you know, trying new things, and players just kind of fell out of love with the franchise. And that comes in the form of like different types of enemies that players really didn't fucking care to see, new characters that you introduced that made no sense to the storyline, and things like that. Bringing in fucking bringing in fucking Marcus's son as a main character that nobody wanted to fucking see. Nobody wanted that. So I see how taking it back to the roots can make more for a win on your side. But if you're going to do that and you're going to take it back to the roots, you got to bring back the quality of those roots to bring all these players that were with you since 2006 when that game first came out. And I was there with you guys, okay? You got to bring back the quality that was from 2006 and make it better for us, the players, to enjoy the experience. Because a lot of us are on the fence right now. I'm on the fence. The last great Gears game was Gears of War 3, and I think a lot of players are behind me on that. I think a lot of players believe the same. A lot of players believe that the last game in the series was Gears 3. You know, a lot of players wish that, you know, they would retcon anything after 3 because it just ruined the experience. It ruined the franchise. It destroyed it. And that's why it is where it is now. And it's because it didn't have the care and love that it did when the game first released. Okay? And I think we just need to I think we just need to hope and pray that the coalition can really take this game and give us the experience that we truly want and need. Because if they can't do it, Gears is going to be buried for good. If they can't get this game off the ground and they can't get the players back, then Gears is going to be a forgotten memory. Nobody is going to want to play the Gears of War games anymore. And then on top of that, give us the Marcus Phoenix collection in addition to playing Gears of War E-Day. This is something that players absolutely have been wanting since the beginning, as they want that trilogy collection together. So if Coalition is watching this, if you're seeing this video right now, okay, I'm telling you motherfuckers right now, okay, remaster those games. Remaster Gears 1, Gears 2, Gears 3. Put it in a collection. Put it in a fucking collection, and then pair that with a Gears E-Day bundle, and people will buy it. Okay, maybe put it in a fucking $90 bundle. Okay, and then you have 3 Gears remastered games, the original remasters, plus a new prequel. That shit will sell like hotcakes. Give all 3, I don't know why I did 4, give all 3 of those games really good remasters, as well as fucking multiplayer for each of those games, and it will sell like hotcakes. That's what we want. We want to be able to play these old games again, because these servers, they're old. A lot of people don't play these games anymore. Gears 1, you can't really play the original Gears 1 anymore because a lot of people don't hop on it. Gears Ultimate Edition, yeah, you might find a little bit of players here and there, but you got to remaster the game, put it out as a new game under a remaster, so players can get more into it. So you can get all these new players, all these people who have never played Gears before, when you're introducing a brand new game. Okay, so you bring in the Gears 1 through 3 Master Collection, and then when all these new players are like, oh, Gears E-Day, what is this? And then they play it, they're like, oh shit, I want to finish the story. And why go out and purchase old games that they're not going to want to play? Because you know the new generation ain't going to want to fucking play that shit. That's why you got to give them a remaster. Okay, then they have all these 3 games that they can play, and of course you can put it on the market separate, right? And then if you do that, you know, players who buy the game, if they like it so much, then you can be like, okay, I like this game, I'm going to buy the remaster pack separately. And then if you want to talk about multi-platform, go ahead and throw that game on PlayStation 5 as well. And then that way, a lot of players can be playing Gears of War at the same time. The community can grow stronger, and then we can just be a bigger, better community, and bringing back this game from the dead. If you guys are brand new to the channel and you like the video, please make sure you hit that sub button and that like button, as it does help the channel out a lot. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.